We all need to find our special place in the world, whether it's our own little niche or a pedestal for everyone to see. We need to be like the young spiders of the earth, ballooning out into the unknown and learning all there is to learn about everything. Now I realize not all of you are arachnophiles and therefore have no idea what I'm talking about. Ballooning is the process that spiderlings, and some adults, but mostly the spiderlings, find their little niche. Also called kiting, ballooning is when a spider creates a small parachute using its spinnerets or the little things that look like butt fingers and go wherever the wind takes them. It's most famously seen in the movie Charlotte's Web when the spiderlings stand on their tippy toes, raise their abdomen or behind, facing the wind and practically take off. By the way, Charlotte in the cartoon is horribly anatomically incorrect. These spiders have no idea where or when they will land, as that is up to many factors, the Earth's static and winds being the two major ones. In fact, spiders have been known to land hundreds of miles from where they initially started, finding themselves even on islands in the middle of the ocean. Even pilots flying 10,000 feet up have reported seeing the young spiders soaring. To us on the ground, it looks like a single silk strand with a small spider clinging to the end. The wee little eight-legged one against the world. I feel as though our learning life should be like this. Well, not literally. We shouldn't try to produce silk. That we can't actually make as we lack certain anatomical bits that make spiders that much more superior to humans. However, there is hope. We can keep the same adventurous mindset when we begin learning. We should go where it takes us. It's kind of like getting lost in Wikipedia for hours on end, constantly clicking on random things, learning about the craziest who's a what's its. But this isn't exactly what I'm talking about either. Here, I'll use a real-life example. Once, as a wee lass, they wanted us to learn a foreign language. Being from an extremely isolated tiny town in the middle of nowhere, we naturally didn't have a language instructor, so we had to take it online. The online option gave us a lot more languages to choose from, but they wanted us to learn Spanish. I didn't want to learn Spanish, despite its beauty. I wanted to learn something different, so I went with a language on the polar opposite side of the world and started studying Japanese. The school counselor took notice and told me about this thing called NSLI-Y, government sponsored. I decided, what the hell else am I gonna do? So I let my little butt parachute out and I applied. Apparently, I had done something right what was starting the Key Club in our town, and somehow got in. However, I ended up doing something completely not Japanesey at all. I went to China for a year. In case you didn't know, those are two different countries and they are nothing alike. I loved it. I made friends, I learned a new language, survived in another culture. Looking back, the whole thing was kind of like a dream, sort of like flying 10,000 feet in the air about to get smashed in by a giant metallic tube containing a bunch of apes. My host family was great. I had a mom and a sister, and both were incredibly supportive of me not being able to speak literally anything in Mandarin. I literally knew how to say hello. That changed, and a couple of months in, I actually was able to hold small conversations with the woman that was housing me. It was amazing. My butt parachute didn't let me down. In fact, it still hasn't. I've done several things since then, including come to Shadron, where I am double majoring in business and literature, met the love of my life that I promise not to devour after copulation, and plan on getting my master's and doctorate in literature. But maybe my butt parachute will take me somewhere new next time. Maybe I won't do any of that. Who knows? The moral of the story is don't ever stop learning. Don't ever doubt yourself and let yourself go wherever and see whatever you can. If a small eight-legged creature the size of a pinprick can travel hundreds of miles on a tiny-ass silk string, so can you. Okay. Okay, not literally. I mean, you can do anything if you put your mind to it, with the exception of spinning webs and making silk. That can't happen.